There's 3 modes you can use on the Pocket 3 to make more interesting looking videos. You've got Hyperlapse, Motionlapse and Timelapse. I've currently got the Pocket 3 attached to this windscreen suction mount here. I thought first of all we could try out the Hyperlapse mode, as this is really useful to use if the camera's moving, like walking or attached to a car. Tap on the bottom left and I'm going to swipe across till we get to the Hyperlapse modes. And if you swipe up from the bottom, you get to choose between Hyperlapse, Timelapse and Motionlapse. So we're going to start off with this Hyperlapse, and you get to choose a rate from auto to 30 times. So I'm going to go get a coffee at the minute, which is going to annoy some of you coffee snobs, of which I am one actually. So let's try a 30 times rate and see how that does, because we've got about a 5-minute drive to get to the coffee shop. Triple tap to move the gimbal to the front, and I'll just use the joystick here to reposition, and then I'll tap record, and now we're recording a Hyperlapse. Hi, can I get a large iced coffee, no sugar, please? Thank you. Coffee check, which is always good. I saw the Pocket 3 wobbling about a bit using this particular mount as I was driving, so I haven't seen the Hyperlapse yet, but I'm assuming it didn't look that great. I could be wrong though. I'm gonna go and try and find another spot, and this time we'll do a walking Hyperlapse and see if it's any better. I also stupidly didn't put any sun cream on today, and it's pretty hot and there's no clouds, which is gonna make it a bit challenging to do a time lapse later on. But we'll see what we can do. If you're not familiar with Australia, the sun is hot. The whole point of having these Hyperlapse modes, Hyperlapse, Timelapse and Motionlapse modes, is to compress the passage of time into a small amount of actual time. I can see it wobbling there. I've got active track on at the minute, so it'll be interesting to see how much active track helps with this wobble. I'm guessing not much, judging by the look of that. So there's a walk up there which I think goes to some kind of lookout. I'm going to switch to Hyperlapse mode. I'm going to try 2 times Hyperlapse this time. It's absolutely gorgeous here. I think Hyperlapse mode is the mode that I'm least likely to use, quite honestly. Probably make more use of Timelapse and also Motionlapse. So we're going to swipe up from the bottom, and then we're going to switch from Hyperlapse over to Motionlapse. So you can do left to right, right to left, and you can also set custom motion. So I'm going to set custom motion. I'm going to swipe up, and we want to probably go for about a 10-second video, but I want to shoot for 20 minutes just to try and get some movement in those shadows. So if I increase the interval, that will bring us back down to 10 minutes. If I tap the button, just going to clear previous waypoints from a previous shoot. So I'm going to start somewhere around there, tap plus to add the first waypoint, scroll around, tap plus to add the second waypoint, and then just hit record to start recording. It is windy today, so I hope you can hear this okay. The third mode is time-lapse mode, and that's where the camera's not moving or the gimbal's not moving. It's just going to record whatever the gimbal's pointing at. So a common use for this in vlogging is to watch people eat, which I know is pretty offensive sometimes, but it'll serve as a good example. And because I'm too scared to go and eat in a restaurant and talk to camera, I'm going to do it out here in the wind next to a construction site. Got a delicious looking coffee cheesecake here, and also a flat white. Hope that time lapse didn't make you too hungry. The coffee cheesecake was delicious. Had to get back in the car because the wind out there is just crazy and pretty much impossible to record at the minute. So when should you use these 3 modes? Well, use time lapse if you want the same frame but things moving in the frame. Use hyperlapse if you're actually moving the Osmo Pocket 3 around, and then use motion lapse if the Pocket 3 is stationary but you want to sweep across as the time lapse is happening. This is the video you absolutely need to watch next if you want to get the most out of your Pocket 3. I'm Jason Roberts, please subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. I had too much cake.